Hello, everyone, and welcome to our season finale of Ladies of London. Um, what a season! I've learned so much, I think. I'm John Richardson, and you can follow me at Comedy Jonah. Who do I have with me?
It's Princess Glammy at princessglammy.com and Princess Glammy on Twitter and Facebook. And I'm hanging with you, my BFF.
Oh, you little Dickens, you.
Dickens.
So, so what did you think of this season of Ladies of London? Would you watch again, Glammy?
Yes, I would. I love it. I don't want a couple of the girls. Like the Noelle didn't really bring very much to the show. Don't want her
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Um, I do want Caprice back. I do want Caroline back. I do want Annabelle back.
Caprice.
Juliet, yeah, Caprice. That's what she calls herself.
Oh, Cappers, yes.
Caprice. I do want Juliet back. I don't want Noelle back. I don't even want the sandwich chick back. I can't even remember her name. Who else was there? Was that it?
You mean Julie, the one that became a royal?
Oh yes, yeah, Missy Sandwich. I
The
don't
one
like her.
that's vegan and served everyone the venison and then got a little weird that people were reacting the way they did?
Yeah, it was a bit strange. And then
Isn't that weird?
there was
Yeah.
another one. What's the other one's name? Juliet, Noelle, Caprice. There's another one. Marissa.
Marissa,
If
yes.
she can stay with her kids too, I'm not really interested if I see her again. Sorry.
All right, so the season finale was in the last episode was we were at Caroline's party. All
Yes.
the girls, or at least some of the American girls, had an etiquette class in the
Yes.
episode
Didn't do a
previously.
damn bit of good.
Didn't do a damn bit of good. They
Nope.
still just were just sloppy Americans. So it all comes up with this frickin' baby shower gate, which I'm just
Oh.
done.
Well, at
I
the
mean,
very end of the show, it did say that she never even had a party, and she didn't talk to
no.
anyone or anything. So, yeah, she's Caroline. I have to admit that she is completely in the right because you don't call somebody a bully in their own house when you've been invited to dinner and you're late, and then you don't eat the food or say hello to the host. I mean, Caprice walked in and hugged other people and didn't even acknowledge Caroline in her house. I was like,
Yeah.
no. And it wasn't like a huge, like, there was 1,000 people there. They were sitting at a table. She walked right past her. And
Right.
I hugged other people. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then she had the nerve to say, twist what Marissa and, was it Juliet? Yeah,
Hmm.
Marissa and Juliet had said. Caprice goes, oh, the girls are saying you're a bully. She never used the word bully. Ever. And Caroline was right when she said, it's a very big word. Be careful how you use it. I was like, oh my
Maybe
god.
Cappers needed to go to the etiquette party
Mm-hmm.
to be properly explained. What really confuses me, I think, and we talked about it in our last show because you really didn't have baby showers yourself for your kids, and it's kind of an American thing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you're supposed to just have the one. But if someone asks you, first of all, to throw it, aren't people are supposed to volunteer, other ladies? But she asked Caroline, could you do this for me, Caroline? Absolutely. Caroline is a beautiful home.
Yep.
And then started saying, you know what, it would just be more convenient if it was in the city. Okay, I get the convenience part, but also, too, if I have enough notice, I am a grown-up. I can plan ahead and plan
I
my
know.
schedule to get to
Mm-hmm.
Caroline's where it's not in a freaking restaurant. I mean, what is it going to be, in a Red Robin, for God's sakes? What do you mean a restaurant? Who wants
I
a baby
think
shower in a restaurant?
I think they wanted to go to like the Savoy or something, and Caroline would end up paying for it. You know, she's the one with the book it, pay for it, pay in a 5-star hotel in London, in the restaurant. You know, one of the big chefs is probably catering it. So it was
Yeah,
Caprice's way of getting more publicity because she's all about, no one's going to Caroline's house to take
hmm,
pictures of the girls arriving. They are, however, taking photographs of them arriving at the Savoy or the Ritz or
yeah,
whatever it may be. So I think that's why she wanted to do it in London. It had nothing to do with the 35-minute drive. I
yeah.
just don't.
Well, I really was shocked this season when everything was first happening. I really didn't think I was going to like Caroline all that much. I
No.
thought she was an English Dina Manzo, and
I love Tina Menzo.
I love Dina Manzo too. I love the Zen,
She's
absolutely.
like Caroline. She's like Dina without the crippled animals. I mean,
Yeah.
Caroline would not have a one-eyed dog or a cat without a leg. You know,
Not without someone to help take care of them. But as it went on, not only do I wanted to be Caroline. I loved it. I thought she was absolutely.
I love the bob. The hair is fabulous, and
I loved her favorite candies that had to be imported that sat on her desk and had to be arranged a certain way.
Oh, she's too much.
I just love it.
She's fabulous.
Love it.
I loved when she said things like, "Everybody looks fat compared to when they stand beside me." I'm like, I love her and she doesn't say it in a way. I know a lot of girls like her in the UK that have that sense of humor. They like pick on you when they love you.
Yeah.
She loves her staff. She loves her friends. If she's nice to you, that's when you should worry.
Yeah.
If she's all nice.
Or nicey, hardly talking to you, you should be worried.
Yeah, exactly. So we did do the whole, what's her name? Capra's just made a complete ass of herself at Caroline's house and ended up leaving, and I believe never to be seen from again by any of the women.
Do you think that maybe Capra's got a little crazy? I mean, because of the pregnancy. I mean, you have a vagina. You've given birth, right? I mean, does it make you crazy?
To me, no. But to her, I think she was crazy because she wasn't getting the attention she wanted. And, we then went into the next part of the show where she showed how crazy she was by not rushing, first of all. She went to that dinner party, which the girls were like, well, excuse me, you're surrogates in labor, and you're still 12 hours away by plane, and that's not including even getting to the airport, getting on a plane that's scheduled, and flying and getting to the hospital. And I noticed she was pacing around, waiting for her baby to be born finally, and
I thought you weren't supposed to, fly 8 months pregnant or after.
No, you're not.
Well, she was after 8 months. I mean,
I thought it was 28 weeks myself. Maybe they've changed the rules. I thought you couldn't fly after 28 weeks. Or maybe because
it's private. I don't know.
Yeah, she did not fly private. She flew British Airways like everybody else. And I was probably sitting with her. I used to fly KLM. I don't even know if they're in existence anymore, but I used to fly KLM. First class champagne. They give you these little half bottles of pink champagne, and you get shit-faced, and the 8-hour flight is like 5 minutes. You're like, whoa.
Just a little Xanax, full of pink champagne.
Well, I didn't even have Xanax because I would be in the first class lounge before I even got there. I mean, okay, my friend used to work for a travel agency where a brick-and-mortar store you used to walk in, not like now on the internet. Right. And the travel agency used to book all the record companies around the UK, like the Rolling Stones travel arrangements, Duran Duran's travel arrangements, and I came to America I was somebody's wife apparently, and I was in first class even though I paid nothing for the ticket. And I was treated. They actually had a golf cart for me at JFK to get from one plane to the other because I was this important person, which was crap. I was nobody. I was just flying under the disguise of being rich and famous. It was really fabulous. So
just next time in America, just say you're like the Continental girl, and then you get everything that you want, right? Just carry that little thing around. You dirty bum.
I'm going to say I'm actually with the TV camps, bitches. Do you know who I am? But yeah, that's my travel. That's how I used to travel around with people. Anyway, yes, but Capra's probably is something like that, but she's paying the ass for it because she is nobody. But I knew people, so I got to next to nothing. She went to the airport, to the hospital. Is it in Chicago or LA?
LA.
LA.
Yeah, she was in LA.
So she 8 hours plus. It was 8 plus 8, 16-hour flight.
Yeah.
Giving birth herself. Don't understand how that was possible. I don't know who would have allowed that.
I just think it's so weird to like have a baby yourself and
The
then
thing,
to put it
she
aside and
was
be like,
never
okay,
big.
I know now I got to get my other baby
I
being had by another
know.
woman.
Well, maybe she flew the airline, because she didn't look 9 months pregnant. She looked like she was 2 weeks pregnant. I mean, she never showed. She's not like the rest of the the population that put on 50 pounds and
Well,
looked
I
like
think
this.
she's a tall woman because she was
Yeah,
a model, and I also think she probably had Spanx on.
she has specs on you. Darcy, damn it, this thing's making me look chunky.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
get in. So
Thank
she
you.
rushes off to LA, and she's like, "Oh, look, my new little toy. Isn't he cute? I love him." Cut to her being in labor, and she gives birth to this other little one who she's nursing. She holds one up for the camera, "Aren't you cute?" And then she's nursing the one she actually gave birth to. Could we see that she's already favoring one over the other? I was like, she didn't breastfeed both of those kids. She only gave
Yeah.
it to the one she gave birth to, which was really weird because the other child apparently is her egg and her husband. They're twins
Yeah.
basically, born by
They're
two different
basically
people.
twins from
Yeah.
different vaginas. Yeah. I would have just held them both up and went, "Hey, Mom, look, bookends."
Yeah, like both like have them like sort of this.
Yeah.
Look at me. But then her mother is there, and I thought it was the most bizarre part was that they were blurring out the faces of the baby. If you go on the internet, she sold those kids more than Kim Kardashian sells shoes. I mean, Jesus Christ. I was like, they're everywhere. But Bravo have them like blurred out, so you can't see the little faces because we might recognize them at the mall or something
Right.
stupid. I mean, they're infants. They all look the fucking same.
Exactly.
And you can't tell if it's a boy or a girl unless it's in pink or blue. It's a baby.
Exactly.
So, and they all have blue eyes at that age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not even if
It's
the
the
eye
same.
colors develop. I mean, I'm like, why would you do that? That's bizarre. And then, of course, she's sitting there with her, her high heels on, rocking the bassinet. I'm like, oh, please. She's like looking like she's actually doing shit. And then she's like, Mom. I'm like, oh, there she goes. Take it away. The cameras are gone.
What do you think about Cappers and Caroline have had a friendship for many, many years? Now they really aren't friends anymore because of this show. What do you think about like reality shows breaking up friendships?
Well, let's talk about Real Housewives. They destroy families. Look at Real Housewives of New Jersey. I mean, the Manzos don't talk. I mean, Caroline and Dina don't talk because apparently Teresa...
Well, I mean, Dina's just mad because she left the show and they kept talking about her for another 2 years and she didn't get a paycheck.
And she didn't get paid.
That's the issue with her and her sister.
Her paycheck now, I guarantee you, is 10 times more than it would have been had she stayed.
Oh, it would, but the highest paid housewife coming into the franchise is Elaine Davidson from Days of Our Lives and from Young and the Restless. She's getting $750.
Oh, really?
A season, yeah. Almost $1 million.
Nene got $1 million.
Nene climbed up to $1 million.
Right.
Ellen's coming in at that rate.
What is Lisa Rinna getting?
Not that. I mean, Lisa Rinna, sells anything from Depends on a red carpet to everything she can shuck.
I do actually like her. She is a fabulous, funny lady. I do like her.
I love her too. I think she's great. She did her stint again on Days of Our Lives about a little over a year ago as Billy Reed.
Right.
And because she didn't look younger or the same age as the woman who plays her mother on the show, they took her off. So lots of drama there with the Housewives, but I'm so excited about Ellen Davidson. Is just one of my favorites.
I don't even know who that is. I have no clue who she is. I never watched
Our Lives.
Nope.
No. Oh my God.
Never seen a daytime soap since. Actually, I'll tell you, I used to watch All My Children religiously from 1995, from when I came here until it was a bizarre event that happened on September 11th, 2001, and on the last episode I ever watched was September 10th, the Monday morning show. I've never watched since. I thought it suddenly was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I wasting my days watching this shit? It all
Yeah, it gets a
down that
little
day.
it gets a little too much, which I think is why the Housewife franchise has been so successful. All right, let's jump back into Ladies
Oh,
of
yes, back
London.
to Ladies of London shit. Forgot about them. They're
So
so like last week.
the only gal that wasn't there was our Annabelle. She was
I
recovering
know.
from her injury.
She
We
got
hardly
home.
saw her after the horse injury.
Mm-hmm.
She went back home, and now we saw her at the last episode. She was,
Well, they unveiled the McQueen silks that she was supposed to be wearing, which was
right.
And
Which
then
was neat with the skull, yeah.
Yeah. And so she said that she was going to wear that this year. As far as I know, the race has already happened this year, and I don't know if she was on.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Comment below or tweet us, everyone, and let us know. Going us up.
Or we can just Google it ourselves.
We're doing a live
but
show.
she is a sweet girl. I absolutely adore her. I really wasn't feeling her at the beginning because, she was, Alexandra's muse. I'm like, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, it was a
but
little
she
much.
dropped that whole persona and became cool. And I really liked her. I really did. And so she's cool. She does a lot on Twitter. She chats with people, and she's extremely nice. And I loved her on the show, and I'm hoping if there's a season 2, which I'm a little concerned.
I think there's going to be. I was shocked that there was no any kind of reunion. I mean, even below deck, even below deck, their first season at least had a reunion in the clubhouse with Andy, right? Like
the girls did come to the clubhouse
one by one to be on the show.
But it's very difficult to get them all from the UK here.
It's a 3-hour
and if they're
ride.
working,
it's like for me going to LA on the West Coast.
But they need visas to work in the United States. They'd have to fly Andy to the UK, and he'd need one for work. It's very difficult. It's a lot of freaking paperwork. Maybe that's why they didn't have a reunion.
Isn't that why Bravo has staff?
Yeah, but it's not. It takes 6-7 months to get visas approved. I mean, Simon Cowell, for Christ's sake, couldn't get back into the country one of the seasons for Idol because there was a snafu with his visa. He's fucking Simon Cowell. The visa people knew who he was and why he was here. He was not staying,
True.
He wasn't going to do anything that was illegal, let's say. He was Simon Cowell, and so he had to, he couldn't come in. He was delayed for weeks because of that. So maybe that's the reason for no reunion.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, I think when you have a show produced, we know it's produced months and months before it actually got at least a year. So, let's plan ahead, people. You got a project manager, Bravo? Come on, let's plan it ahead. But I just don't think they really planned for it at all.
I don't think they thought it was going to be successful.
Right.
I thought it was going to be like a summer filler show, but it was actually really good.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, so what do we think about Juliet?
Oh. Well.
She grew on me. I didn't like her, I'm just blunt. I say the truth. Actually, it's kind of you don't have any manners.
Yeah, exactly. and her all excited about Target and Walmart shopping is still just... Let's go hit J.Crew and Walmart.
The fact that you have, Harrods and you have so many meat shops.
And she's wishing she was at Target. I'm like...
Yeah.
What?
And you got Harrods, you got Harvey Nicks, you got all those fabulous things in London, and you're like, oh, I miss Target, I miss Target. I'm going to have it mailed to me.
I know, like Kraft macaroni and cheese. We do have boxed macaroni and cheese, and it's Kraft. It just doesn't come from Target. I'm like, because we have a lot of similar products. Like Breyers is called something else, Walls, I think, ice cream. It's the same freaking ice cream. It's not a big deal. But Kraft and, Exxon is actually Esso. It's the same bloody company, though. It's just different names for stuff. And if Juliet had a brain, she would see, oh, that blue box of macaroni and cheese looks like, oh my God, they spell it the same, too. Is that Kraft macaroni? Yes, it is, bitch. It's not that hard. We have the same shit. There's a lot of stuff we don't have, obviously. But I get PG tips here. I get my tea bags, I get my hot chocolate and Cadbury's, everything. You just go to the grocery store. They have a thing called the International Aisle, And you can get the same
Right.
thing in the UK.
At your
So I don't
local
know what's wrong
Publix.
with them.
Is it Publix? Publix? What is it called there?
Publix.
Publix. Okay.
Yes, Publix subs.
I
My
love it. I
husband
love
swears
it.
by them.
All right, Marissa. Marissa got her citizenship this season.
And got
She was
laid
kind of a
and
floater,
Mhm.
and we learned at the end that she had a baby, or was pregnant and had a baby,
yeah,
right? She had a son.
she was banging her husband in celebration of her citizenship and popped out a son, I believe. Is that a son?
Yeah.
Not much to say about that.
Like
That
get my
was it.
citizenship.
Yeah, everybody gets citizenship now, so we can fuck like rabbits, I guess.
Right.
Sorry.
So then also Noelle, who is my girl from Seattle. Well, she's from Seattle.
Yeah, she got.
Finally got engaged. All of that. Yeah.
Was it
Finally,
6 carats?
The 6 carats. Finally, the money's. They found the money that he was hiding. His ex-wife got half of it.
Well, no, they said he was hiding $20 billion, I believe. Like billions.
Oh,
And
billions? Or those millions?
Yeah, no, and they only found 20 million total, which was 10 million for her. She initially sued for 400 million plus the $50 million house in London, and we're talking pounds here. So 400 million pounds is approximately, I would say, anywhere between 600 and 800 million US dollars. So and he looks like he can't even pay for a fucking newspaper. He looks like he's looking for change to buy milk. I mean, that man does not look like he has a dime to his name. And he's not like Harry Dubin off of the New York Housewives. You can tell that man's stripping him money and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
What's his chops in London?
I just think she needs to just find her own way. I mean, if it happens to you naturally and there's not a lot of work, then it happens. But you know what? I mean, diamonds are a girl's best friend, but a real woman can buy her own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, she can. I don't know.
All right. Any final thoughts with Ladies of London?
Well, I'm hoping they come back, but we are doubtful.
Are we hoping just Caroline has a spinoff?
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Oh my God, it would be.
Oh my God, yes.
Andy, if you're watching, buy the show. Produce it yourself.
Just have Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline, Lady of London. It's kind of like what I said about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Have Lisa Vanderpump as the housewife of Beverly Hills, and let those other bitches fight for their jobs back, begging her and kissing her ass.
I mean, even if Caroline went on one of the house, I mean, she would kick ass. I mean,
she would. Yeah, I mean, she'd be so much more enjoyable than Carlton or something. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did like Carlton, but there was something bizarre about Carlton that I can't. Well, I think the part that we don't see is Carlton is British trash. She has money, but she was never raised in it. She's new money. Vanderpump was from a good family, well-bred, went to good schools.
Right.
It was Caroline, basically. And then she has, money too, and she made it herself, so it doesn't come off as new money, even though she does wear too much pink, and has that fuzzy little dog, and her mace. Yeah, she kind of does show off the money, but Carlton was new money, and it screamed new money. It was that's what British new money's like. Over here you have people like Lindsay Lohan, trashy, leg spread.
And they have the Kardashians.
Everything's like, question, completely side note. Kardashian houses are always black and white. Why? Why do they only decorate in black and white? Everything is black and fucking white.
I thought they were colorblind.
Oh, you... okay. I just don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I don't understand it. It's so cold. It's like a fucking mausoleum. Every one of the houses. It's like, ew. I mean, you would think there would be like some yellow thrown in there or some bright red.
Have to. And Tyler Hayes at Your Reality Recaps does all the blogging for the Kardashians. He is the perfect person to answer that question.
Ask Tyler and find out why they decorate in black and white. It's very strange.
We will get that tweeted up. All right, let's wrap it up a little bit. But before we do,
Yes.
everyone watching, I don't want you to be disappointed that this is Glammy and I's final show because Ladies of London
Because it's
has
not.
because Ladies of London has wrapped, because it's not. Glammy and I are going to have our own show at the same time, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be tea time with Glammy and Jonah. And we're going to talk about everything. We're definitely going to talk about our Bravo shows that we love, but we're going to have everything, any kind of discussions. So,
see, next week, if you were wearing that shirt that you're currently wearing, that would be a topic of discussion.
well, you know, you could brush that hair next week, you know, for our premiere.
I cannot see it. Look, this is me on 2 hours sleep. Biatch. No. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. But yes, so we're so excited.
Listen, Jenny Craig.
So stay tuned for that. Any final thoughts before we wrap up, Glammy?
We're going to be talking about Bravo shows, right? And also maybe a little CBS shows and basically what we read on the internet about people. So basically covering what TMZ puts out about stupid shit.
Absolutely. Radar Online. People asking us questions. We're going to take questions. It'll be questions at, you know, at why are live, hashtag. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
It will be fun because we do talk a lot, and when we do talk, it kind of like we're on the phone talking.
We go on little tangents. Just like we go on little tangents.
You're like, wait a minute, did I ask John? Did I remember to tell John what I called him for? Because we just completely lose track about what you know, we'll call for one reason and forget, and then we have to call back and say, I forgot to ask you what I actually called you for, because we just talk about all these people all the time.
Absolutely. All right, Glammy, where can we find you?
And I don't know.
Florida.
No, it's princessglammy.com and Princess Glammy on Twitter and Princess Glammy. Well, just they can read. It says it down there.
Everywhere. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Ladies of London finale recap. I've had so much fun with Glammy. We've had so much fun that we've started our own show starting Tuesday of next week at 2 p.m. Eastern. Glammy and I will be here. 2:15.
Oh,
Glammy and I will be having our tea time, and we will be discussing everything Bravo, a little bit of CBS, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. So tune into that. I'm John Richardson. Follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter. And that's it. All right. Glammy, should we wave and kiss everybody out? Is that how they do it in London?
No, we kiss them.
All right, everyone. Until next week. Kiss, kiss.